Who's faster?
Him. He rides more.
Faster, better looking, I can whoop his ass.
Sure.
I have a lot more
Younger?
money.
Nope.
You're older.
Yep.
I'll be down.
I'll be 41 in June.
Okay, and you're what, 30?
I'm 39.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm a young buck, baby.
39. It's peak.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Later.
See ya, man.
See you at Polo.
Try
Yes,
not
sir.
to dust us out. Guys, I have finally gotten Kris Keefer on the tailgate. We are doing Tailgate Talk with Kris Keefer from Keefer Inc., from Racer X, from Dunlop, from Pulp, from how many? I don't know how many different companies.
Look, if you want to make money in the industry, you know this. You got to have several jobs.
Yes, you do.
So.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. You got to put your hands in a lot of places. So.
Yes.
First and foremost, I'm happy that we were finally able to do this. We were both here at the Ride Dunlop MX-54 intro.
You cornered me.
I did. I said, oh, actually, you cornered yourself because you parked over there. But yeah, how's everything been, man? What's new?
It's been good. It's been busy as usual. Like, started this thing in 2017, and I didn't know it would grow that fast. And man, the last 4 years have been wide open for me. So just riding a lot. Trying to hang out with my family as much as I can. Aiden's obviously blossoming in his riding career, so that takes up a lot of time. So as anybody knows out there, having a family, riding, a job, it's all a juggling act. So it's a little stressful at times, but we get to go ride these things, so that makes it better.
It's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Like, obviously you were super involved for a long time with his racing, what he was doing, all that kind of stuff. Now you're at a point where I think maybe you kind of let Aiden go already for a little bit, but now he's with Phoenix Honda now. Like, you could be involved, but it's more like, here you go. Like, how has that transition been for you?
Yeah, it's funny because honestly, like, he didn't really take into like racing and riding until he was 15. We rode little electric trials bikes in the yards after I got done testing. We make little courses for ourselves and we have fun after work or after school. He went riding with me sometimes. I would, hey, I'm gonna go ride today, do you wanna go? No, I'm gonna stay with mom. And then COVID hit, and then he stopped going to school, and then mom had to work. So I'm like, well, you're stuck, you're going with me.
And you were hanging out with him.
Yep,
Yeah.
so I go, well, it looks like you're riding. So he started riding more with me there. So in 2020, he just started riding more. He got really good, and then he started wanting to race more, and then just kind of went from there. So now we're off of the amateur scene. He signed a deal with Phoenix Honda, which is kind of it's less stress and more stress for me.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that he has actual carrot in front of him that he can chase. And if he does XYZ, he can get something. Where in the amateur world, we're headed to Loretta's, and I think he could have podiumed, and we leave there with a great result, and we have nothing.
Yeah.
So at least now he has something to chase, and he's riding all the nationals. So dad and mom have to go to all the nationals. Dad has to come back to work. But the good thing is I get to ride back east a lot, so we'll be all right.
So go back a little bit to when you first got into the industry and where your job is kind of transitioned now.
Yep.
What was that shift? When did you see the shift, and why did you see it? It's like, okay, because I'm the same type of person where it's like I saw the opportunity that I needed to make something on my own. You did the exact same thing where you're like, all right, I need to kind of make my own thing, do my own thing. What was that transition like? Why did you make the transition? And what would you maybe do differently if you could not go back and redo it all, but kind of go back and do it all?
Well, I mean, going way back, I was just out of high school. I basically we all want to be a pro, right? I want to be a pro, but I didn't grow up rich. We couldn't go all the races. So I worked at motorcycle shops for Larry Rossler, Al Baker's XRs Only. I was a shipper. And then I just would see Carl Kramer, a Dirt Rider magazine guy, and I thought that was the coolest thing, being in a magazine. And I bugged him, and I got a shot, and they liked it. And that went from there to Yamaha liked my feedback, and I started with Yamaha, and then that went from KTM wanted me. So I was around with a lot of manufacturers as a contract guy.
Yeah.
And then Dirt Rider came in and said, like, hey, we would like you in-house to be an editor. So I was an editor for 10 years. But then as I got older, I saw the sales side and the edit side. They worked really close together, and as you should, right? But there's some things for me of being a test writer, like I didn't believe in, is like, hey, you have to write this, and if it's a negative review, you got to shine it up a little bit. And that started wearing on me after a little while, and I just said, you know what, I want to start my own thing. I hated driving to Orange County every day from the high des.
Yeah.
So I jumped off the ledge and say, hey, I'm going to start my own podcast because I was with Steve, you know,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and no one was doing any testing type podcasts back
Yep.
then. And I was like, look, I'm going to do all of my information on a show, and started doing that, started my website, and then just started my own media company that way. And I already had a relationship with all the manufacturers, so it was pretty seamless that way for me. But I guess to answer your question, if I could go back and do anything different, I probably would have did this a lot sooner.
Yeah, I like that.
Just because working for yourself is a lot better than working for someone else.
Yep.
You have the opportunity to make more money. You can create your own schedule. You can be who you are. I mean, I owe a lot of that to Steve Mathis, just because I think a lot of people saw my personality through the show.
Yeah.
And then that helped me create what I've created.
Did you just get constantly bombarded for like technical questions and stuff like that? And then that's when you were like, okay, if I make my own show, not maybe get less people contacting you, but like you're able to help more people at one time? Is that kind of the thought process behind that?
Yeah, that wasn't really a thought. I honestly didn't think of that until I started my business. What I did notice when I was at Dirt Rider was like, look, we put out this information, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that guy digests that, but then after that, he's kind of screwed.
Yeah.
He doesn't know if there's more information, how is he going to get a hold of you or me? So I made an avenue to be like, here's a door that's open.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, hit me up. And that's part of my brand. Like, it's a free service. I'm here to help you. And I think where that comes from for me is like, my mom was disabled my whole life, so I took care of my mom my whole life. So that's embedded in me, this helping people. And I wanted to create helping people with dirt bikes and kind of bring it into one, because I always tell my wife this. I go, man, if I didn't ride dirt bikes, she's like, what would you do? And I go, I think I would be some kind of caretaker or someone that would like help people, because that for me is rewarding work.
Yeah.
Like it's like Chris,
because you did it.
Well, it's like Chris was saying, you give presents to your kids, right?
Yeah.
That makes you feel good.
Yep.
When you get something, I feel like shit.
Yeah, you're like, I don't really want it.
Right.
Like I wanted to, no, circle it back and then give it back to you.
Yeah, it's just rewarding work for me, and I just wish I would have did this a long time ago.
Okay, so you did mention Pulp, or Steve Mathis. You and I have talked about this before. That dude gets the gnarliest, polarizing people from so many different avenues. You have people that literally probably send him death threats, and then you have other people that like, I love this dude, like would die for him, and there's no in between. You spend enough time around him. Yeah. Like, why do you think that is? Just because he's unapologetically himself, you know? And like, and is there any moment where you've gotten with him where you're like, brother, you're getting on my nerves? You know what I mean?
He always gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like for me, like, I guess I was raised, you always judge someone how they treat you, right? Yep. I can see things why people would be mad at Steve. Like I step back and I look at it. Look, politics is a huge thing. Yeah. Like there's certain things you don't talk about with people because you're never going to win. Religion, politics, money, all of these things, right? And Steve's just, he's degaff. He doesn't care. He'll throw it out there on Twitter. It's like rage baiting people on social media.
I called him on that. Yeah. When he did our podcast with me, and because we were trying to help raise money for Jerry Robin, and I was like, do you do it on purpose? Like, is there times where you're like, I'm going to send this out because I know? And he goes, absolutely. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, all right, at least he
knows what he's doing. And then there's sometimes I think he could take some of the things back. But as far as just a human being, look, I try to surround myself with good people. Yeah. He's a quality human. He does a lot for people. He's done a lot for me, honestly. I hate telling him this, but I go, honestly, if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have half the shit that I have, because you gave me a platform, and then I created something from that, right? So, and he does this for the privateers.
He does that for so many people.
There's just so many things that I don't think people, he's not the guy that helps people and then throws it up on social media. He's the guy that helps people and just does it because he wants to do it, right? So you see a lot of that shit now on social media, like, oh, look at me, I helped someone. Like, okay, great, we do like that, but sometimes you don't need to blow it out to everybody. And that's how Steve is. So I read it like this. A lot of people don't like Jody, MXA. I'm not a big fan of Jody because how I've been treated. A lot of people, I tell Steve this, he doesn't like it. He's like, I'm like, you and Jody are very similar. A lot of people like Jody. The people that surrounded around him, they're like, he takes good care of me. He's a good dude. On the outside, maybe it doesn't look like that. Maybe Steve's the same way.
Yeah, could be. So that's good to know. I mean, obviously I've known him from a distance a little bit, but he's always treated me super nice. And I've always told people,
your show, right?
Well, and not only that, but like when I would see him at Supercross or I would talk to him at, you know, different races and stuff like that, always super kind, super nice. I'm like, look, I'm the same way as you. If you're gonna treat me, my wife, and my kids fine, we're good. I don't care. Even if you treat me like shit, but you treat my wife and kids good, I'm good.
Look, in our industry, and I'm sure you ran across this. There's a lot of egos. Writers, photographers, media. Like, look at I think whatever our sport does to us, it makes us feel like we're special than other people.
Yeah.
But in reality, we're all here doing the same shit. We're putting
just
boots
love
on,
dirt bikes.
riding, and I think you get a little notoriety, and it kind of goes to other guys' heads more than others. But I don't know, man. It's just, if it wasn't for dirt bikes, I honestly don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I get it.
People try to say, is that your identity? And I don't want to say yes, because there's more to me than that. But honestly, if you take that away from me, it'd be tough to be myself.
Yep.
Like if you don't get to ride for a month, you're kind of
an asshole.
Right.
Yeah. My wife knows it too. Luckily I married somebody that was like, I want you to go ride. Like go out there and
that's
go
not
and enjoy.
normal, right?
Yeah, I know, it's freaking chaos.
Because how many buddies you know that their wives are nightmares?
That you have to text and be like, hey, can you ride this weekend? They're like, I can't,
right.
or whatever that they have going on. And then they have to hold down the fort at home too, right? Like, it's not easy.
I call this a long time, like home life. If you don't have that, doesn't matter what you like to do, it's not as fun.
No, it's not.
So,
all right, so going back to like the testing and the riding and all that kind of stuff, there are some things that obviously I've done a few gear tests where
I've watched some of your stuff.
You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. You like it? You subscribe? You know, you go on there, hit that little like and subscribe button.
Yeah. Yep.
But there are a couple things, and I've said this. I said this to you earlier. Is anytime I do any of that stuff, I always say this is not a Kris Keefer breakdown, like, bro, because you're so technical and you're so good at doing that stuff that I want people to go to you. Because you're going to know everything. But when you're doing that testing and all that kind of stuff, has there ever been something where you've like tested it and loved it more like that maybe it was led on to be, or loved it less than it was led on to be? Any type of situation where you're like, damn, dude, I really don't know how this... I think you've talked about... The only time I've ever heard you talk about it was the old electric bike.
Yep.
That was the only time I've ever heard you publicly talk about something that maybe you didn't really care for.
Yep.
You know, like, and said, you know, that publicly. But has there been anything that you've been behind, because you've tested so many different things, so many different products, stuff like that? Like, how do you balance that world too?
It's tough because production testing is so different than media testing, right? Because in production world, we do a lot of blind testing. And in the media world, you already know what you're doing, right? So you have a pre-notion. So I try to bring a blend of production terms, technology, all these things, and try to bring it into media world. And I feel like since 17, I see more of that in other media now. Like, it's been kind of going out there. So I guess, one, I'm not a big two-stroke guy. I get a lot of hate for that. But I've been a part of like some Honda's process and production. And
you did a lot of Triumph stuff too, no?
Triumph, still with Triumph.
Okay.
But for me, like, I guess there was a bike coming out and people would say, okay, Kris is a Honda test rider. And then people don't like that. So you're like, oh, it's Keefer's fault. He's a horrible test rider. So I guess that is something that I worry about at times, because I know the product may not be what I would really want to be out there, but it's already out there. What I tell people is, like, if you're a test rider, you're in a box like this, right? And you're allowed to be moving around within that box, but you're not allowed outside of that. And some of those things that you need in a bike need to be out here, but you can't get there. So that is a little bit hard for me at times, just because I know I would prefer something for the consumer and I just don't always get it.
You don't have to say what, but have you ever refused to test something?
No.
Okay.
Unless it's, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever just said, no, I'm not going to test something. Like, I think they've presented it to me and I went out with a part and I'm like, oh, it's pretty dangerous.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. But then I'm kind of like the guinea pig, so I have to do that. I mean, I don't know how many times over my life I've had failures and of crashes. And I mean, for example, the Alta, when I was doing the Alta.
The Alta, I could not think of the damn name.
So I would fly up to San Francisco once a week and I would kiss my wife goodbye and go, hey, I love you. I don't know what the fuck this thing's gonna do,
Scary, dude.
I mean, it's shut off in the air. I mean, it went in reverse at one time. Like, all these weird things. So I guess that would be the most scariest thing I've ever tested, because that technology was so new.
Do you have something that you're most proud of that came out? I know you came out with the Renthal bar. Right? The 661? Is there anything that, like, you've looked at and you're like, I'm really happy with that?
Honestly, the Triumph is, I've had a lot of influence on the Triumph and just the way that bike is as far as comfort, and there's some things that could be better as far as reliability, but as a bike as a whole, I'm pretty proud of that bike. I helped Liat create the 5.5 boot a long time ago. So, I mean, I put a lot of time in that. There's a lot of other things that I'm paid not to talk about that I had help with.
Dude, that happens way more in this industry than I ever realized.
Like,
people that are doing things behind the scenes and just not allowed to, or they just don't care to either sometimes. But like, there's a lot of that where like people are involved. You see Joe B, Joe C, and Joe D are over there and like doing something with the bike, and you're like, wait, they had something to do with this?
Yeah.
You're like, really?
There's a lot of that. And then look, there's a lot of things here, especially in Southern California. They rent tracks. I mean, that's how we got around a lot of times when Honda production testing, Yamaha, like we're out here on an off day.
Yeah, nobody's here.
Nobody's here. And back then we had more tracks though. Now we're losing all the tracks. So
yeah, that was a can of worms I'm not opening, because that is a conversation that will take 5 days to complete.
Yeah.
So we talked about it a little bit ago, and we were talking off camera, and I asked you to stop because this is, I think, good information. The splitting the time between SoCal and Georgia. How is that split right now? How often are you out there? Are you looking forward to going back? Like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's another thing I wanted to bring in the media testing world is like, look, we're all here in Southern California, right? And I read the comments. People are pissed off.
Glen Helen.
That's all you guys do is go to Glen Helen. The settings are there. You know, on my track in Massachusetts and Georgia and Indiana, nothing like what you guys are doing. And I really had no comeback. And I'm like, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And then every time I went back east, my settings that I did here didn't work. So I'm like, you know what? I was working, doing stuff for Triumph there in Georgia. I was there a lot. I was asking my wife, I go, would you be opposed to like renting a house for a little while, see if we like it? And then I want to bring some more media testing and get settings and things out there for the East Coast people so they have something.
Yeah.
And that's why we brought it out there. And I presented it to the manufacturers. It took a few years, honestly, because they weren't really into it. But they see a benefit in it now.
Well, now a bunch of them are moving.
A lot of people are leaving California.
Yeah. Yamaha's moving. Triumph is out there.
Yeah.
I
mean,
Honda has a
Yamaha,
location.
Honda in Georgia, they're right there.
Like,
so and it took a little while, but I just actually got my last test bike 2 weeks ago there. So now I can actually do some testing back there. So I love Georgia.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. I like the more slow pace, relax.
Yep.
People wave with all their fingers, and that's nice. And
no teeth, but they got well, you're up in
it's
high
a different
desert, so you're
redneck.
used to
Like,
it, dude.
You got high desert tweakers, and then you got Georgia rednecks.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's similar, but not.
Yeah, dude.
But I do like it. It's honestly, I'll tell you what, it's way more fun to ride back east for me. Like, I ride so much here. I know all these tracks. It's hard to get motivated at times, and then when I go back east, I'm like Christmas morning. I get to go to all these good tracks with good dirt, fun jumps. It's new to me. I get to learn more about the bike, so all of that gets me excited.
Yeah.
And right now, I think I've been back there. We're in May, and I've been back there maybe a couple months so far this year, and I'll be back there most of the summer because we got Loretta's coming up.
Yep.
Aiden's racing back east a lot, so I'll be based in Georgia a lot more.
What class are you running on Loretta's? 50? Was it 50 or 60? 70?
We're 40 and 50 this year.
You're doing two?
We got I'm 50 this year, so this was my last year with Aiden because this was his last year.
Yeah.
So after this year, I'm done, and I have a good chance I feel like I have a good chance of winning the 50 title.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna give it my all this year, and this will be my last go.
And what are you riding, the Cowie?
I picked the KX450 just because I mean, you have one, you know what it's like.
It's good, dude.
It's I would call it the common man 450.
I agree.
There's not too much power. It has good comfort. I can feel my front end. Look at being old, we need to steer off the front end.
I said that in my video, so I'm so happy that you're saying that, because I'm like, I'm telling you that's what it is. You know. And
look, it vibrates a little bit more than I like. Maybe the bolts chatter out a little bit more than I like. But as far as like feeling the track, easy to ride. If I want to ride 20 minutes, I actually can hang on to the damn thing.
Yeah.
And then, I chose to ride a Kawasaki. I've ridden Yamaha, KTM there. So this year I'll ride Cowie.
All right, so last couple things. My favorite thing you have ever put out, and I literally, every single time you post it, it makes me cry laughing, is Chubby Checkers.
Chubby Checkers.
Dude, it with Dark, and I like Dark, dude. He's a good dude, too.
Good dude.
You guys give him a very, you're kind of lighter.
We do, I mean, I would agree. We do give him too much shit.
A lot, dude. Like, where I feel bad for him, but when you posted that video the first time I saw it, I literally, because here's the best part, I literally have been in that position with so many of my friends so many times, where it's like, you just have a guy that's like at their limit. Where the hell did Chubby Checkers come from? Did it just come from your head?
Dude, my brain is so weird. I'll just, every morning, I don't know every morning I wake up, I have a song in my head.
Okay.
I don't know what your thing is, but like every morning,
Yeah.
I wake up, turn over, I have a song and I sing to my wife. So dumb shit with my kid, like if I see a last name that's weird,
Yeah.
I'll just start
It'll
saying
click.
that last name all day and annoy the shit
So
out
you
of
have
my
a bad
kid.
ADHD problem.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
these things come to, so we're riding. I'm like, we need a safe word for you if you want to tap out. And Chubby Checker came. It's a Chubby Checker.
I'm telling you, it is my favorite piece of content that I think I've ever seen moto related on Instagram.
I'm just glad I got it.
Bro. Like, and him just chucking the goggles. I was like, oh, and then the other part too is you talking to Aiden. You gotta let a man. What did you?
Let a man sit for a second.
Let a man sit, dude. I'm like, and I'm sitting there dying. I'm like, dude, I've been in the position of you, and I've been in the position of Dark.
Oh,
you know, and so, but the thing that I love, and I'll wrap it up with this is, you don't take things ever too serious.
Yeah.
You have a good time on your bike. You have a good time around moto. You have a good time with people. You've never ever once I felt done, because there's a lot of gatekeeping that happens in this industry. Whoa, almost lost the easy up there.
SoCal win.
You've never gatekeeped. You've always been helpful. You've been just very gracious and stuff like that. And so I really do thank you for that. And I told you this publicly, or I've said it publicly and privately. You're one of the only guys that I really listen to on a regular basis.
I appreciate
just because I feel like you don't have a biased opinion, you know, and that you're able to kind of do things the way that I would do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The last thing I'll ask you is, why do you think that we just don't have more of that in this industry? I know that's a hard question to answer, but like if you look at YouTubers, you could say what you want about YouTube and that whole world, but they collaborate with each other so much, and they get just lifted up, in my opinion, as we're getting sprayed with pee water and all that stuff. It actually doesn't feel bad. But why do you think there's just isn't more of that?
You guys getting tacos?
In a bit.
I feel like, I want to disagree. I feel like there is, at least the people that I'm surrounded with, mostly are like that. Maybe because I made my bubble that way.
Yep.
I do see the snottiness, the stuck-upness, like too good for you type of stuff in our industry. But I just kind of remove that a little bit, and I'm just like, it's not worth it for me to get upset. I mean, look, social media is crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I can put something on social media and people take it in a different way, and it's unbelievable. And like, I built my life to help people, and I'm still a piece of shit at times in other people's eyes. Like, so I think ultimately, I think people are scared to take away their money.
Yeah.
They're scared of someone else doing a better job.
Yeah.
Doing something different that they didn't think of, and then getting the limelight that they feel like they should have got.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at it like, and I tell this in my podcast, I said, look, go to everybody's website.
Yeah.
Don't just
you've
go
said
to
that
mine.
numerous times.
Like, if I'm going to go research something, I'm not just going to go to one dude. I want to learn about all different kinds of opinions. And I think every one of us in this media testing world, we're all different in some way.
Yeah.
And you can gain something from everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's how I look at it. I don't look at like, my shit's the best, you come to mine, screw everybody else, even though there is someone like that out there that are like that. But for the most part, I'm like you. I just kind of like hang around good people. I'm more of a human. I like good people. Yep. And I try to stay away from assholes.
All right, that's it. That's very good. I'm gonna label that. Stay away from assholes.
Stay
Kris
away from
Keefer.
assholes, yeah.
All right, where can everybody find you? Like, what's the best places to find you?
KeeferInkTesting.com.
Yep.
You can go to Pulp, RacerX. You can hit me up on my email, Kris@KeeferInkTesting.com. That is an open door.
Dude, you literally, and you take
my
all
emails
comers.
go crazy.
You take anybody.
Well, what's crazy is I'll get life questions.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Hey, man, I'm not doing good with my chick. Can Heather and you help me out? And honestly, like, if I have time, I'll help someone out.
Yeah.
But
we're interviewing.
Hey,
you're good. Yeah, you're good. Almost done.
But I enjoy helping people. So if you guys have a question, hit me up, and happy to help you. And I've been following what you're doing for a while.
Yeah.
And you've grown it.
Trying, man.
And this is not your job.
No, hell no.
What do you do for a
I'd be in a
living?
freaking small...
I don't think people know what you do for a living.
I sell, it's boring as hell. I sell IT hardware to schools and businesses.
You said what?
Computers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've done it for so long,
Yeah.
and I've created such a big customer base that I consider my friends, that it's...
So it kind of runs itself?
Yeah, kind of, like, and stuff like that. And I love doing it. If I didn't love doing it, I would give that up and try doing this full time. But I really do enjoy my regular job, and I enjoy the people I work with. So it's like, why give it up? It gives me the freedom to do both.
Honestly, if I was you, I would keep doing what you're doing and then do
Yeah.
this as a side hustle
That's
and
it.
then make more money, right?
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, so thank you for jumping on
Yeah,
the
I
tailgate with
appreciate
me.
it.
Let's go eat some tacos.
There it is.
You know, it was fun riding with you, and, you know, I appreciate you doing this. So.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, tell Keefer he's awesome, call him Basement, you know, all that fun stuff.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
But yeah, thank you for doing that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.